Today is Thursday. We are near Tel Aviv in our home. It's a beautiful day. It's the afternoon. You know, Israel is tiny, so it's very hard to find some new roads, special roads. Most of the time you will find yourself in a highway stuck in traffic. But fortunately we have history. This is Herzl, of course. Herzl, you're not coming with us. I'm sorry to tell you. He's very sorry and very upset that he cannot come. But what can you do? There is no place for a cat on a motorcycle. Today we are going and following the footsteps of the Druze. Who are the Druze, you might say? Where they came from? What is their religion? What is the number in the population? What is the relationship between them and the Israelis? I think and I'm sure that we are going to find out all that on our way to the north of Israel, to the Galil.
We all took off from Tel Aviv area and rode to the north along route number 2 that runs parallel to the Mediterranean Sea, all the way to our first meeting point.
Okay, we are taking off the highway, route number 2 that goes all the way to Haifa. It was extremely crowded.
We all met at the gas station at the entrance to Atlit. I counted 12 motorcycles. The last trip of the Geriatric Motorcycle Group was some long time ago, so obviously people were excited to meet each other again.
Geriatrics are going to climb the hill up. There's a nice place from where we can look at the area around us and we'll see. The weather is very nice. It's cool, not cold. Soon it will get dark. The sun is going down. It's very nice.
At top of the hill, we had a good look at the Atlit fortress, or better known for its old Crusaders fortress name, Chateau Pelerin. The first Druze who were persecuted in Egypt probably landed here on the beach on their way to the mountains of the Levant in the Galil, Syria, and Lebanon. This is where we learned about the beginning of that religion and had a chance to admire the beautiful sunset. The name Druz is derived from the name of Muhammad bin Ismail ad-Darazi, who was an early preacher. Although the Druze consider ad-Darazi a heretic, The name was being used to identify them, possibly by their historical opponents, as a way to attach the community with Adarazi's poor reputation. The Druz are members of an Arabic-speaking group. The Druz faith incorporates elements of more than one known religion: Islamism, Buddhism, Hinduism, and other philosophical beliefs, creating distinct and secretive theology based on an esoteric interpretation of scripture which emphasizes the role of the mind and truthfulness. The Druze believe in theophany and reincarnation. They also believe that at the end of the cycle of rebirth, which is achieved through successive reincarnations, the soul is united with the cosmic mind. Druze believe there were 7 prophets at different periods in history: Adam, Noah, Abraham, Moses, Jesus, Muhammad, and Muhammad ibn Ismail al-Darazi. Even though the faith originally developed out of Islamism, some Druze do not identify themselves as Muslims. The Druze faith is one of the major religious groups in the Levant, with between 800,000 and 1 million adherents. They are found primarily in Lebanon, Syria, and Israel. The night was already here, and it was time to feed the geriatric hungry members, so we rode to Khorfesh, a famous Druze town. The road took us under the Carmel tunnels and along the road number 189. In the dark, you could not see much, but I could hear the comforting sound of my motorcycle engine.
We are now crossing the Carmel mountain, just underneath in the tunnels. The traffic is very condensed here. Yael is in front of me. I think Savion is behind me. Jerry is over there. We have something like 1 hour ride from here to get to our destination.
In Khorfesh, we were hosted by a local Druze family. The food was excellent. Amir was kind enough to enlighten us about more interesting things related to the Druze. Did you know that you cannot become a Druze? If married to a woman or man outside the Druze community, you are banned from it and no longer considered a Druze anymore, with no way back. They are bound to help each other, and one can choose whether to be religious or not. Only the religious are exposed to the faith secrets and live a special life. It was late in the evening and getting cold, so we rode in the dark to our guest house in Kibbutz Eilon. Just before going to bed, we opened some wine bottles, and I challenged the smart riders with a quiz regarding the minority communities in Israel. Good night. On Friday morning, we woke up, had some breakfast, met a few nice cats, and found out that Amir's motorcycle chain is in a very bad shape. Hence he had to part from us and ride straight to find a mechanic in the closest city of Nahar. We mounted our motorcycles and rode to Mount Adir, along one of the prettiest roads in Israel. On our way, we pass along another motorcycle group. I immediately recognized them as the Sapiens Motorcycle Group trip, with which we rode last October in the Balkans. We only had time to wave and rode along. Mount Adir is one of the highest mountains in Israel, only 1008 meters, but hey, this is not Switzerland after all. The mount is covered with dense Mediterranean forest, and on top of it you can find the ruins of an Iron Age fortress belonging to the old Israeli kingdom ruled by King Omri.
I'm standing on the border between Israel and Lebanon. But over there, you can see the brown spots. This is basically South Lebanon. It looks very quiet. The twisty road over there is the border between us and them. Hopefully it will stay like this forever. Quiet.
We spent some time listening to personal stories of the Geriatric Motorcycle Group members who participated in the military conflicts along the border and in southern Lebanon. We all hope that our children will never have to go through what we experienced.
קיצר טוב, בערב יוצאת השיירה לכיוון מרג'יון. סליחה, מרג'יון הגענו עם האוטו שלו. בערב יצאתי מרג'יון והתחילה לעשות סיבוב בכל רתק פה אחרי הפגזה ארטילרית. זאת אומרת, כל הדפיקות מכל הכיוונים, ואיכשהו היה מגיע כל בוקר שם. היה אצלנו אחד.
שעות ארוכות.
נכנסנו יצאנו. אני הייתי שליש של גדוד חי"ר, אבל למזלי משימה. הוא אומר לי, תשמע, מגיע לפה שיירה.
We are living in Har Adir. Our next station is Tel Kadesh. We're going to ride along the northern road of the Galil, and it's a beautiful road.
We arrived to Tel Kadesh, in which you can find the ruins of an ancient Canaanite city of Kadesh on the Israeli-Lebanese border. Kadesh was first documented in the book of Joshua as a Canaanite citadel conquered by the Israelites under the leadership of Joshua. In the 18th century BC, the city was taken by Tiglath-Pileser of Assyria, and its inhabitants were deported to Assyria. Later, during the 5th century BC, Kadesh may have become the capital for the Persian-controlled and Tyrian-administrated province of the Upper Galil. Between 145 BC and 143 BC, Kadesh was overthrown by Jonathan Maccabeus in his fight against King Demetrius Nicanor and remained abandoned. We left Tel Kadesh and headed south to Kerem Ben Zimra. Yes, it's a winery, but unfortunately, because of obvious reasons, we could afford ourselves only coffee. Mellow, but not under alcohol influence, we continued south to our final destination of the day, Shefer Forest, where we parted and rode back home.
Our last stop before we go back home is the Shefer Forest. Should be a nice short road, not far away, something like 18 kilometers.
That is all, folks. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe down below and leave a comment. The Geriatric Group will continue to explore the roads of Israel. Stay tuned and join us in our next adventure.